medical medical libraries. And I've worked a bit overseas as well. And I'll get Paula to introduce herself.
Hi, kia ora, ko Paula Iskett, tōku ingoa. I'm LIANZA's Professional Development and Events Lead. It's a new role. Sorry, I'm just going to keep letting people in. It's a new role for LIANZA that was created about 6 months ago. My background's been libraries for my whole working career, pretty much. My last role was libraries manager at Waimakariri District Libraries, about 30 minutes north of Christchurch. And I was LIANZA president sort of 2019. So yeah, I've worked in schools and specials and National Library and public and overseas as well. Thank you.
Okay, well, we'll go on to the next slide now. Oops, and go. So about the RLIANZA thing, it establishes your proven knowledge, understanding, competence, and particular registration shows your peers and employers that you have demonstrated a commitment to professional standards and to developing and enhancing competence. So it's about you being always be learning. So the benefits is that it's recognising you as a professional in your field. It's improving your motivation to actually get out and do stuff, career opportunities. You may be able to have a greater influence within your organisation and industry. And it's confirmation that you're actually a competent librarian or information professional. It can connect you with innovative, influential, and inspirational people and give you international recognition of your qualifications. So there are 3 ways how you can actually become professionally registered. Route A is if you've got a recognised library and information qualification from Aotearoa, New Zealand. Route B, having a recognised library and information qualification from overseas. And Route C is application via other circumstances. And we'll just talk about those in the coming slides. So this gives you pretty much a flow chart of how you can actually join. So you need to be a member of one of those 6 organisations that are listed there, and basically have a tertiary qualification. Yeah, so that's Master of Information Science, postgraduate diploma. So it's got the ones listed there for Route A. So, but if you've got a library qualification, library or information qualification from overseas, you may be able to get in through Route B. So that's like with the Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals in the UK, the Aussie ALIA, ALA or CLA in Canada. But if you've still got a degree, a tertiary degree, and you are working in libraries in the information profession, you may still be able to become professionally registered. So, and once you've had 3 years experience in the profession and you do the bot mapping. So just go on to the next slide. So, yeah, as I mentioned before, for Route A, that's you'll need your proof of membership with an approved association. You'll have to submit a letter from your employer saying that you are employed there, the registration fee. a copy of your official academic transcript. With this, just make sure it is actually an official transcript and not one, because if you read down the bottom of some of them, particularly the Open Poly ones or the Victoria ones, it may say that this is not an official transcript. We can't accept those. So just make sure it is actually an official transcript and that the scan's good enough quality for it. And also your current CV. So for Route B, so it's your membership number from an approved LIS association. Again, the employer confirmation, registration fee, again, an academic transcript and your CV. And it's also if the qualification is not from an approved LIS association, you may need to do BOC mapping as well. And this information is up on the website, on the LIANZA website as well. So for Route 3, is Route C, you need that proof of membership again. Letter from your current employer, registration fee, your academic transcript, CV, and then you will need to go through and do your career mapping against the bodies of knowledge, which are listed on the website. So this one gives you an example of the BOC mapping, and you can, I'll just give you a minute to actually read it, because so there's not much point me boring you with exactly what it says. So it's talking about what you understand that BOC is. So for this example, it's about the information environment, information policy and ethics. And so it's about your understanding, and then it is actually saying what you've actually done in your professional career. So like in the last 3 years of working in library and information science, it's about what you've actually done that applies to that BOC, and you'd need to go through each of those 11 BOCs and do that mapping. So shall I? Enough time for people? Shall I move on to the next one? Yep. Okay. So with the BOC mapping, so like I said, explain what the BOC's actually about, using examples from your career, your studies or other experience. Don't do it too long. We don't need a page-long essay. And and applying about what you've actually done that applies to this BOC, and use I statements. So it's what you personally did rather than what your team did or as a group. It's what you personally have learned or done on this, and being specific. And so this is going to show your understanding application of the BOCs. So that's it in a nutshell. So are there any questions at all? So the majority of people that we actually get applying for professional registration is through Route A. And I'll stop sharing the screen. So you can also put your questions in the chat as well.
Karen, would you like, while people are thinking, me to talk briefly about CPD? Are there any points that you'd like highlighted about the new CPD professional development qualification or acknowledgement?
Oh, I'll leave that up to you, Laura.
Okay.
So you can.
Okay. Okay. So, bearing in mind this is a becoming professionally registered webinar, I recognise some names from the CPD, the new CPD journey that LIANZA is offering, and emails that I've received. So if you don't have a graduate qualification, if you're coming to libraries from a professional development pathway that's not recognised via route A, B, or C, CPD is a way for you to develop your professional recognition qualifications, and also gain in time. It will be used as the revalidation pathway for professional registration as well. CPD, continuing professional development. It acknowledges LIANZA members who have completed 20 hours of professional development, each hour equaling 1 point. 20 CPD points earns their first certificate, and then over 3 years, 60 continuing professional development hours achieved, 60 points, and then a person has the qualification cert LIANZA. It's very similar. There's the same rigor around acknowledging your professional development, the reflection on that, a short, again, like Sharon said, it's not a novel, it's not an essay, around 200 words for a learning reflection, writing about, again, an I statements in first person. It's about you, what you've achieved, not what your team achieved, and it's not reviewing an activity or a webinar or a conference. It's actually talking around what you learned, what you're going to do, how it might change your practice, your thinking. But one thing that's really important is it doesn't all have to be positive. We can actually reflect on things that we've done that didn't hit the mark and why they didn't hit the mark, what you were looking for that perhaps something you signed up for didn't achieve. I think, in this day and age of, holistic, we're learning for ourselves in our roles, but we're also learning for ourselves and where we want to go. And the CPD journey maps itself against something. This might be new to some of us on the webinar, Te Totara. So it's a framework based on the analogy of a tree, in that we have our roots in the ground, and then through a trunk with all the different branches, we have the different areas of library and information science and knowledge. It has the roots are grounded in Te Ao Māori and Te Tiriti, and all your values associated with a Te Ao Māori learning and world. And then we have ethics, and we have community care, and we have the overarching management at the top of the tree. So some people are saying that the Te Totara framework actually creates opportunity to look at professional development, what you're doing now, but what you're aspiring to as well. And LIANZA will be running a webinar on this, so that you can look at the different points of difference. But ultimately, we're looking at building up all library professionals, whether you've come through route A, B, or C, or whether you're a new library professional who you don't have a graduate qualification, but you're deeply committed to your mahi and growing yourself professionally. And CPD is a way of demonstrating that and getting the recognition. You get a journal that you get access to, your own digital journal, learning journal. And you can also download what you're doing, take it to a performance review, a meeting with a manager. And then once you've reached your 20 points, you'll get a certificate from LIANZA office acknowledging that. So it's building your portfolio and your digital CV along the way.
Cool. I've been answering a few questions in the chat.
Great.
That the applications about how long it takes once you apply. It may not be immediate, as all members of the board are volunteers. So we've just got to juggle it around other things. So if it's through Route A, that's fairly straightforward. So that may well come back quite quickly. Route C, it might be a bit longer. So it all just depends. Once you receive the once you receive acknowledgement that you are professionally registered, then that is good for 3 years. But what you need to remember to do that is in 3 years' time, you'll need to submit a revalidation journal. So you will need to actually download the journal from the website currently and record your learnings in there. I've just put the link through in the chat. Quite a few people can we think we're going to remember things, but then when it comes round to that time that you're about to submit, are thinking, now what was it that I did 3 years ago that was really good? So yeah, you use that Excel spreadsheet, and put it is quite useful, and then I've I've just been putting stuff in as I go, and then I just go and weed out the extra ones because you don't need to have you don't need to have everything in it. Uh Now, is the revalidation journal the same as BOC mapping? BOC mapping is part of revalidation. But we're not really going into revalidation here. That's in another webinar that'll be run later on this year. So you don't need to worry about it unless you're doing through Route C. There is a link. Now where's the I'll see if I can find the direct link to BOC mapping for those of you who are going in through Route C, and I've just put a link to the box in the chat. So hopefully that will help. Right. So someone's asked, she can think of examples that fit one of the four domains, but they don't sound 100% like one of the box. There is some flexibility there. So if you think that it does fit into that domain, then yes, I'd put that in. The board will come back to you if we've got more, if we've got questions or a bit doubtful at all. Any other questions? Or have you seen something there, Laura, in the chat that I've missed?
No. Sorry, I was just preparing something else. You've seen Rebecca's question.
Okay, so is there a template? Yes, yes. So there is a template, and let me just see if I can. Hang on, I will just go. Uh, Jess, when people are applying through Route C, uh, do you have um, do they use the revalidation journal, or is it somewhere else on the website that they go?
The block mapping, I don't think there is a template looking at the website because it can either just be like a table in Word or just headings and bullet points in Word.
Right. Okay. Maybe we should need to do a template. Anyway, we could discuss that in the future. Somebody was asking earlier if they needed to have 3 years of experience in libraries. So before, I'm assuming this is for through Route C. Yes, you would. So libraries and information science. So if you had 3 years of experience in libraries and museums, for instance, you could certainly apply. If you're applying through Route A or Route B, then you generally wouldn't need you through Route A. You definitely don't need 3 years of experience, and I'm pretty sure that's the same for Route B as well. Yeah, I'm sure it's the same for Route B. Yeah, it's just Route C that's needs the 3 years of experience in library and information science.
The question there for you, Sharon, just come through from
Right,
Michael.
PhD. Right.
Yeah.
So, does my experience as a lecturer and that with that example, Martis, I think we'd have to. That would be a uh, that would have to be assessed on your individually. You, yeah, that I'd have to chat with the chair on that one. So maybe if you email the LIANZA office with your details, and then we can just have a discussion and get back to you on that one. Right. Uh, there are hang on, who's got the box clusters? Uh, I'm just checking out the box.
So you're just looking at
Yes. Yeah. So yes, you would need to have examples for all 11 box. Now, some of those examples, it can be something like you've attended a course, or maybe it's some training that you've had at your workplace. So you might not personally have had to do a like create a website or something like that, but you've used that particular item. Yeah, so it can be about you reading articles, attending webinars, or like some of the ones that LIANZA run that can be applicable to a particular BOC.
Sharon, it's worth sharing on the LIANZA YouTube channel. There's a great curation of webinars that LIANZA's run across a whole range of topics. If you're looking for sort of going outside of pure libraries to library adjacent sectors, it's worth signing up to NDF, because National Digital Forum has some great webinars that are free. And looking at LIANZA's Korero, there's going to be a regular section in there coming up on free professional development opportunities across the range of library roles and library adjacent roles that are available as well.
Yeah, I've just popped in the link to the LIANZA YouTube and the National Digital Forum YouTube links there. So hopefully I've got the right. There is only one. National Digital. Yep.
Yeah, that's
hopefully
perfect.
Got the right ones. Yep. Right.
Yep,
Okay.
well
Cool.
done. Bridget's question.
Any other tips there, Laura?
Bridget's question about, are there webinars on the channel linked with specific BOCs? I don't think they are from memory, but it's something that we're going to be aligning to the CPD framework. So that's a great wee nudge, Bridget. Thank you. When we, going forward soon, when we send out a webinar, we will be linking it to both the CPD and the BOCs. One of the things we're quite mindful of, though, is with CPD, we're not wanting to pigeonhole a particular area, because you can be looking at a webinar with a lens of a manager delivering it to your staff, or a staff member wanting to learn about something. So there's different ways we can come to applying a body of knowledge or a CPD heading. So going forward, there will be a little bit more coaching from the comms around where it sits. Any questions, you can just email. I mean, I'm happy to get emails like that, because this is my day job, and I'm aware that the PR board are all amazing volunteers. But if I can help with where you'd slot things in, I'm more than happy to. I'll put my email in the chat.
Yeah. So and I would also say, if you're getting really stuck on what to put in a BOC, or feel that you haven't got what you need to in there, you could contact the PR board, and we'll try give you some suggestions on that. Does anyone else have any questions, or? Or Laura, would you like to do the karakia, I would say?
Sure.
Anyway, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who has actually given up their time to attend, and we look forward to receiving your applications or your queries if you're a bit unsure of the process. But thank you.
Okay, I have popped the karakia in the chat again, and you'll get a recorded copy of our webinar today too, in the next few days. Ona hia te pō whiri marama, tomo kia te ao whatu tangata. Tātai ki runga, tātai ki raro, tātai ahoro, humie, huie, tākie. Thanks everybody, and thanks Sharon and Jess for delivering and managing it all.
Yeah, well, thank you. Have a good day.